What is that?
Your tracker.
Para conocer más de la cultura musical de los países que visitamos en esta ocasión, seguimos en Turquía y vamos a ir a conocer a un músico y luthier que toca y produce instrumentos que usualmente se utilizan en el este de Turquía y en otras partes del mundo.
Así que ahí vamos. ¿Cómo así?
I am Faisal from Turkey. I live in Eastern Turkey, which is Batman, call it. And then I moved to Eskişehir, which you also traveled there for university. And then I moved Istanbul for making music, to share these musical instruments with the people. Once when I was like 15 years old, just I buy one instrument which we call it Albane, and just I get one instrument, and then I don't have any idea about how to play, and then I put home, and then I move to school. When I come back during my way, and I heard like so nice sound, and then I don't know who play. I said maybe someone play, or maybe some kind of the wedding, because these instruments also people use for weddings. And then I just followed the sound, and the sounds reached me the home, and I saw my father play these instruments. I said, why you didn't share with me that you play instruments? He said, you didn't ask, and just he shared something, and then I learned from him some like techniques, and then my musical first instruments start with the erbane or def. Allah, ya Allah, Allah, something like.
That's very nice.
The erbane has like some rings inside. Before they used to have a kind of the natural skin, for example, goat skin or sheep skin. But now most of the instruments Erbane makers use fiber skin because, for example, if you make with the natural skin, you need to tune it, you know. In the Kurdish area, in the Turkey, mostly the people use for the wedding rituals. But in the Irani style, in the Irani Kurdish area, most of the people use this for like kind of the mystic celebration. They call it zikir, like chanting. In these instruments, there are 3 different strokes and so different, maybe 26 different makams, I mean rhythm forms. This first stroke is, we call it tom. And second one is back. And third one is chap. So we have 3 strokes and then we have rings. For example, what was the name of the first stroke? Is tom with rings. And back with strings. And we have, for example, some names, some rhythm forms. For example, they call it Hay Allah. Tom, tom, chap, back, back, tom, chap, back, back. From the Hay Allah, we could like play some kind of two solos also. Another rhythm cycles, we call it sakzi, like tom back chap tom back chap tom back. This was your finger has to be like close. A bit like this position, like as I imagine, like you take some water and drink some water, you know, not like this so much, like a bit.
Okay.
And you just come from the up. You see this?
It's
and
like
then
flying
down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's cool. In this country, this area, Anatolia, there is one more instrument which we call it bandil. The story of these instruments also, most of the people use these instruments for like Sufi rituals, kind of the like mystical Islam, the way of the mystical Islam. For 8 years, I am also bandil makers. I use mostly goat skin, sometimes like sheep skin, but mostly goat skin, and I put inside bicycle elastic and then you could cord it. Before, bandil players have to put on the fire to cord it, but with this technique I can change the sound also. Up to you. If you like high sound, you can give some reed inside. If you like bass sound, you can take off. You heard it? It became different instruments, right?
Exactly.
The first stroke is, we call it doom. The second one is tag. The third one is Caer. We could play some rhythm forms as a Erbane, as a da. For example, name of this rhythm is like, this is 2/4 or 4/4 mostly. They call it Sofyan. It's dum teke, dum teke, dum teke, dum teke. This rhythm really famous for rituals also, for Sufi rituals also. They use it so much. And we could, as a my style, we could like to go from the dum tek to go some kind of the improvise. But you have to always remember dum teke dum tek. Another rhythm cycle, for example, it can be, they call it duyek. Also, we use these rhythms so much in the Turkish Sufi music. Duyek, dum tek, ke dum tek. Also, it's very unknown in Arabic countries. This rhythm, dum tek, ke dum tek. I teach these instruments also deaf too during the Corona time also, from like online Zoom, WhatsApp or Messenger, some from Instagram also, and online lessons. And I have students around the world, so different students I have.
Okay.
For tom you have to come up, for back also you have to come up. Why? Because you will have time to open your finger.
Yeah, I can see this is more difficult.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And the third one is chap,
With this.
the complicated one, yeah.
That's
As
a
I told you,
complicated.
yeah. Just try to make sound.
And you don't use this one.
Yeah.
Just to
To be
hold.
here. Yeah, hold it. Me? Yeah.
¿Cómo así?
Yeah. But by the time it's really normal process, your process, because for example for tom we use like 2 weeks. For
Yeah.
back 1 week, for chap 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's really normal.
I don't feel bad.
It's okay, it's really normal.
Thanks.
So I make another kind of the drums, which we call it shamanic drums. We have stick for this. Also, I put some wood inside, color it, and you have to carry shamanic drum like this for vibration. The mostly also these instruments they use for rituals. Shamans use these instruments to put some people on the journey, their like inner journey through these instruments. There is something inside about the music, and it's really change our mood. Really, for example, when I play Erbane, I became another Faisal. When I play Bendir, I became another one. When I play Shamanic drum, another. I think everyone have this, right? We have another drum. We call it darbuka. When I was street musician also, I used to play this instrument so much.
When I hear Turkish music or music from this region, sometimes I really need to think, okay, which is this 3/4/4? It's not, no, it's like normally not regular, like we will call 2 quarters or 3/4. So mostly I feel like it's more 5 or 6 or irregular
Irregular rhythms, yes.
Yes.
So this one it was 7.
Yeah.
taka
Okay.
taka taka 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 and for example 9 8 right 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2
Yeah,
It's really complicated.
For you, it's like sounds supernatural, and for us, it's like wait. People, we are just used to listen to pop music, rock music. A lot of people listen just this time of rhythm. So when you listen to this, is okay. What's happening?
Yes, irregular
Yeah.
rhythms is like this mostly. For example, when I listen to popular music, for me it's really, I mean, I feel bored because mostly like most of the them, you know, even like reggae a bit different because it has like some African
Influences.
yeah. When I think about the European rhythms, most of them 4/4 or 3/4. But when you go to a bit, Balkans is a bit start to change. You can see like 10/8. You can see 9/8 time also. But when you come to Eastern, mostly like in the Turkey, in the Kurdish area, in the Iran and India, of course, India the amazing for rhythm. This country, I mean. You also want to ask recommendations. Some musicians, for example, I love Zakir Hussain, which is he's really a master of the percussion for me. And his brother Tawfik Qureshi from Iran, Shahram Nazeri. And Bijan Kamkar, he's deaf player. And from Iraqi, Hussein Zahavi also, he's a really nice deaf player. It was a gift from Iran, one of my friends. Thanks her, she gifted me when she were traveling in Iran. They call it in Farsi kuze, in English ududram.
How would you be your life without music?
I can't imagine. Still I can't imagine. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it could be. I think I could like find also these instruments, you know. I mean, to find this path of my life. I had something inside, you know, it's looking for something. And music for me is not just like as a job. For me as a as a like meditation, as a like some rituals, as a lifestyle. I mean, the music it not start with the stage. I mean, on the stage you are a musician, and when you finish you are not a musician. No, still you are a musician. I mean, for me, like it could be everywhere as a stage. This mentality come from when I was in street musician, as you know also, you know this feel. And it's kind of to my lifestyle, kind of to my part. Without this, I don't know, I can't imagine.
Estamos llegando al final del video, pero no queremos irnos sin antes recordarles que este genio que tenemos acá de Faisal está dando clases online, tiene todas sus redes sociales, etcétera, que se las dejamos acá en la descripción del video por si lo quieren contactar.
También vende algunos de los instrumentos creados por él mismo, de los que estuvo mostrando, y la verdad que estuvo buenísimo. Es genial para nosotros conocer más de la cultura musical de los países que visitamos, y más si tenemos la oportunidad de hacerlo con un músico local y que nos muestre estos ritmos, esta forma de tocarlos también. Así que thank you so much, really, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Welcome.
It was a pleasure to meet you, a pleasure to get know this kind of music.
Thank
It's
you. Thank
really,
you.
really
Welcome.
beautiful.
Y bueno, si les gustó el video no se olviden de darle like, de suscribirse si aún no lo hicieron y de comentarnos o dejarles comentarios para él o tanto para nosotros acerca de preguntas del instrumento o simplemente, che chicos, está bueno este tipo de contenido, así seguimos creando más de este estilo y gracias por acompañarnos.
No se olviden
vemos.
de suscribirse si no lo hicieron y nos estamos viendo y escuchando en el próximo video.
Chao, chao.
Ciao ciao, bye bye.
How do you say goodbye in Kurdish?
Lukha bash bnere.
Lukha bash
Lukha bash bnere.
Lahosh bash unire.
Lukha bash bnere.
Luhue bash unire.
Bnere.
Benere.
Bnere, yes.
Luhu bash benere.
Lukha bash bnere. In Turkish güle güle.
Gule gule.
In Farsi Khuda Hafiz.
Okay.
Gafes.
Yes.
Y eso. Chao. Gracias.
Ciao.
Nos vemos.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.